My darling, you're frowning. What's wrong?
It's that ridiculous ad.
Which ridiculous ad?
That ad from the American Ketchup Association. Ketchup makes food sublime. It's everywhere. I've seen it in Times Square, along Park Avenue, on newsstand kiosks, on Broadway, at Lincoln Center, in Grand Central, and it's begun invading my dreams.
You don't like it.
It debases the sublime, trivializes it, shrivels it, smothers it in ketchup. Am I ranting?
Well, yes, you are ranting a bit.
However, wait a minute. Something's happening.
Wow. My darling, what's come over you? You're smiling. I'm glad to see it. But what happened?
I think I'm experiencing inspiration. Visualizing those ads is giving me an idea. A good idea. I have a plan.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to hear it?
I guess so.
I want to launch a counter-campaign. We'll create a series of comparable ads about the sublime. Give the sublime the respect it deserves. Equal time for the sublime. What do you think?
What do I think? Well, my darling.
Yes?
It's gonna take money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take hard money to do it right, child. It's gonna take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time. Oh, to do it. Oh, yeah.
Begging your pardon, sir, but it needn't take very much money at all.
Really, Chives?
I could build a device to enable Madam to use her ability to access the internet and, if you'll excuse the expression, hack the animated advertisements.
I'm astonished, Chives. Astonished. How much do you think you'd need for the parts?
No more than the cost of dinner for two with drinks, tax, and a generous tip.
Go to it, Chives. If Chives can build that hacking gadget, I want to use it to make the point that something sublime is so powerful that it inspires awe and wonder, a sense of one's insignificance, even fear. And I want to show that civilization has conspired to deprive us of the sublime experience. Because the sublime makes us feel small, weak, and insignificant, we attempt to diminish, dilute, or conceal it so that we can feel superior to it. But by doing so, we make ourselves ridiculous. I'll bring in advocates for the sublime. Me, you, Edmund Burke, Kant, Anne Radcliffe, Caspar David Friedrich, more. Oh, how I hope Chives can make it work.
The device is ready, Madam.
Do you think this thing will actually work?
We're about to find out.
Oh my God, it works.
We know you're in a hurry.
You've got places to go.
Things to do.
But maybe, amid the hustle and bustle,
You can take a little time.
to consider the sublime.
What the heck is the sublime anyway?
Well, the word comes from the Latin sublimis, meaning lofty, uplifted, or exalted.
Lofty, uplifted, exalted. Wow.
The concept may have been introduced in the 3rd century by someone who may have been known as Longinus, who may have written a treatise called On the Sublime.
Some uncertainty there.
Yes, quite a bit.
Well, what did this maybe Longinus consider sublime?
That which is extraordinary, or great, or beautiful, that which is astounding.
And on the subject of ketchup, he said,
Nothing, not a word.
My darling, how can people tell if they are experiencing something that is truly sublime?
They would be awestruck, overwhelmed, astonished. They would marvel. They would be stupefied. They would be dumbfounded. They would be made to wonder. Here's how Edmund Burke put it.
The passion caused by the great and sublime in nature, when those causes operate most powerfully, is astonishment. The mind is so entirely filled with its object that it cannot entertain any other. Hence arises the great power of the sublime. It anticipates our reasonings and hurries us on by an irresistible force. Astonishment is the effect of the sublime in its highest degree.
Astonishment. The effect of the sublime in its highest degree. Ketchup doesn't quite astonish us, does it?
Not me. Not you. Not anyone, I think.
My darling, is the sublime beautiful?
Well, not necessarily. And sometimes not at all, unless we're thinking of a terrifying beauty. For Kant, beauty was connected with the form of an object, but the sublime was, well, formless. Or maybe it would be better to say beyond form.
Beyond form?
Well, beyond our ability to perceive a form. Schopenhauer had a similar idea. The immensity of the universe, in space and in time, would be the ultimate idea of form that is beyond our perception.
And ketchup?
Well, there is a certain formlessness to ketchup, but it somehow doesn't manage to astonish me as the universe does. I feel no awe. None.
If you had to define the sublime in 50 words or fewer, what would you say?
I'd quote the contemporary philosopher Emily Brady. Quote, "Sublimity involves a range of qualities linked to vastness, enormous size, and power, such as the mysterious, dark, obscure, great, huge, powerful, towering, dizzying, blasting, raging, disordered, dynamic, tumultuous, shapeless, formless, boundless, frameless, and so on." Unquote. That's just 36 words.
Let's have some examples of the sublime in nature.
Enormous things, even if not as vast as the universe, such as the ocean, or seemingly endless desert wastes, or towering mountains. Powerful and violent things, such as storms or volcanoes, or raging torrents. Eerie things and places, such as caves, howling or moaning winds, dense, disorienting fog, utter silence, and darkness. Deep things, such as the view into a chasm or canyon. Mysterious things, such as auroras, rainbows, eclipses, and so on.
You didn't include ketchup.
You notice that?
I did. A total absence of ketchup. Let's have some examples of responses inspired by encounters with the sublime.
Here's a man facing a sublime vista in Caspar David Friedrich's Wanderer Above the Sea of Fog.
Ah, I can put myself in his place. I'm astonished by what I see. It's vast. It's mysterious. He doesn't know what to make of it. Doesn't know if he wants to venture forward into it or turn away and escape it. I'm attracted to it myself, but I'm uneasy about it. Unsettled.
Here's Jerome K. Jerome on humanity's fearful response to the sublime experience of night.
We are creatures of the sun, we men and women. We love light and life. That is why we crowd into the towns and cities, and the country grows more and more deserted every year. In the sunlight, In the daytime, when nature is alive and busy all around us, we like the open hillsides and the deep woods well enough. But in the night, when our Mother Earth has gone to sleep and left us waking, oh, the world seems so lonesome, and we get frightened, like children in a silent house. Then we sit and sob, and long for the gaslit streets, and the sound of human voices, and the answering throb of human life. We feel so helpless, and so little in the great stillness, when the dark trees rustle in the night wind. There are so many ghosts about, and their silent sighs make us feel so sad. Let us gather together in great cities, and light huge bonfires of 1,000,000 gas jets, and shout and sing together, and feel brave.
On the other hand, here, lightly expurgated for the unsuspecting passers-by, is Kate Chopin in 1898 in The Storm, describing the passionate response of Calixte and Alcée to a violent tempest, sudden darkness, thunder, lightning, raging wind, driving rain.
The rain was coming down in sheets, obscuring the view of far-off cabins and enveloping the distant wood in a gray mist. The playing of the lightning was incessant. A bolt struck a tall chinaberry tree at the edge of the field. It filled all visible space with a blinding glare, and the crash seemed to invade the very boards they stood upon. Calixte put her hands to her eyes, and with a cry staggered backward. Alcée's arm encircled her, and for an instant he drew her close and spasmodically to him. He pushed her hair back from her face, that was warm and steaming. As she glanced up at him, the fear in her liquid blue eyes had given place to a drowsy gleam that unconsciously betrayed a sensuous desire. They did not heed the crashing torrents, and the roar of the elements made her laugh as she lay in his arms. The generous abundance of her passion, without guile or trickery, was like a white flame which penetrated and found response in depths of his own sensuous nature that had never yet been reached. And when he possessed her, they seemed to swoon together at the very borderland of life's mystery. He stayed cushioned upon her, breathless, dazed, enervated, with his heart beating like a hammer upon her. With one hand she clasped his head, her lips lightly touching his forehead. The other hand stroked with a soothing rhythm his muscular shoulders.
Yow! I'm sure the commuters won't be expecting that.
And here is a nice lean on the way that one who has experienced the sublime can become obsessed with it, fanatical about it, hooked on it.
I am so thirsty for the marvelous that only the marvelous has power over me. I only believe in intoxication, in ecstasy.
And now, my darling, we've got to run. We've got a train to catch.
We do?
Yes, a train that will take us away from all this.
Oh, I get it. I know what you're up to.
We just have time to dash home for a costume change.
Okay, let's go. Well, we made it. Are you going to tell people where we're going?
Let's just say somewhere in the Adirondack Mountains.
And here we are.
And we are here at the hour that Anne Radcliffe called the soothing hour, the favorite time of day of Monsieur Saint-Aubert, in the Mysteries of Udolpho.
Can you bring her here? To this remote place?
No, I can't. I tried, but the connection was too weak. It doesn't matter, though. I know the passage by heart.
Let's hear it.
He loved the soothing hour, when the last tints of light die away, when the stars one by one tremble through ether and are reflected on the dark mirror of the waters, that hour which of all others inspires the mind with pensive tenderness and often elevates it to sublime contemplation.
along through anything, and skies will be sunny and blue. Just as long as the world goes round and around, and I go around with you, I can smile in every weary mile. I know that I'll always come through. Just as long as the world goes round and around, and I go around with you. You are the bow and the fiddle, playing the strings of my heart. There'd be no song worth singing if we should ever part.